Alright, welcome back to Jay's Retro Toys and Games with a special shout out to Susan Fit 47. Today's episode explores one of the most unusual and overlooked accessories from the NES era. Another Beeshu company, and they launched the Zoomer. During the late 80s, the Nintendo Entertainment System dominated living rooms across the world. Alongside this console success came a wave of third-party accessories designed to enhance gameplay, and among these was the Beeshu Zoomer, a controller that stood out for its futuristic design and unconventional control scheme. And though not as well known as the NES Advantage or the Zapper, the Zoomer remains a fascinating example of innovation during the golden age of gaming peripherals. It's episode number 116 on this April 21st, 2026. It's a look at the Beeshu Zoomer, next on Jay's Retro Toys and Games. Good evening once again. I'm Jason DeCanio, your host for Jay's Retro Toys and Games, episode number 116, Tuesday, April 21st, 2026. It's another look at another interesting NES accessory from our fantastic subscriber, Susan Fit 47, who, like I said, gave us a whole bunch of NES accessories, and we're going down the line of the suggestions that she's given us, and we're looking at each and every one of them in detail. And tonight, it's the Beeshu Zoomer that was launched for the NES, and we're going to take a look at it right now. Beeshu Inc., that's B-E-E, Shoe. They were a small American company that entered the gaming market in the late 80s. At the time, Nintendo's official controllers were reliable but basic, leaving room for companies to experiment with new designs. Beeshu quickly gained attention for producing colorful, high-quality accessories that appealed to players seeking something different. Unlike many competitors, Beeshu went through the process of obtaining official Nintendo licensing for several of its products, and this meant their controllers carried the Nintendo seal of quality, a mark that reassured consumers of compatibility and reliability. The Beeshu Zoomer was introduced in around 1989 as part of the company's growing lineup of NES accessories. It was designed to give players a more immersive experience, especially in shooting and fight games. Instead of a flat D-pad, the Zoomer featured a joystick-style grip that could be held like a pistol or a flight stick. This design aimed to replicate the feel of arcade machines, allowing players to control their games with greater precision. The trigger button acted as the main fire control, while the thumb button handled secondary actions, and the layout was unconventional, but offered a fresh alternative to the standard NES controller. The Zoomer's design reflected the bold aesthetics of the late 80s. It came in several color variations, including black, silver, and bright neon tones. The controller featured adjustable turbo switches, allowing players to control the rate of rapid fire. And one of its most notable features was its ambidextrous design. The Zoomer could be comfortably used by both left and right-handed players, a rare consideration in that era. Its ergonomic shape reduced hand strain during the long gaming sessions, making it a favorite among players who spent hours mastering action and shooter titles, that is. And Beeshu marketed the Zoomer as a precision control system for serious gamers. Advertisements highlighted its comfort, speed, and arcade-like feel. The controller appealed to players who wanted an edge in fast-paced games such as Top Gun, 1943, and Cabal. And while some gamers praised its build quality and unique design, others found it difficult to adapt to after years of using the standard NES controller. The learning curve was steep for platformers and puzzle games, but for shooters, the Zoomer offered a distinct advantage. The late 1980s saw a flood of third-party accessories for the NES. Companies like Acclaim, Quickshot, and Beeshu all competed for attention. And the NES Advantage, with its arcade-style joystick and large buttons, dominated the market, but the Zoomer carved out a niche among players who preferred handheld control. Beeshu's willingness to experiment helped it stand out, and the company's other products, such as the Ultimate Super Stick and the Zapper, also showcased creative designs that pushed the boundaries of what a controller could be. As the NES era came to an end, and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System took over, Beeshu's presence in the market began to fade. The company's focus on NES accessories left it vulnerable when players moved on to newer consoles. And by the 90s, Beeshu had largely disappeared from store shelves. Despite its short lifespan, the Zoomer left a lasting impression on those who used it. It represented a time when small companies could compete with industry giants through creativity and bold design choices. Today, the Beeshu Zoomer is considered a collectible piece of gaming history. Finding one in good condition can be challenging, especially with the original packaging. Collectors value it for its distinctive look, solid construction, and nostalgic appeal. Prices vary depending on color and condition, but the Zoomer remains a sought-after item among retro gaming enthusiasts. It serves as a reminder of an era when innovation was driven by imagination rather than corporate strategy. The Beeshu Zoomer may not have revolutionized gaming, but it captured the adventurous spirit of the late 80s. And it demonstrated that even small companies could make a mark by rethinking how players interacted with their games. In the broader history of video game accessories, the Zoomer stands as a symbol of experimentation and creativity. And it reflects a time when the gaming industry was still young and every new idea had the potential to change how people played. The NES Beeshu Zoomer remains a fascinating artifact from the golden age of gaming. Its unique design, ergonomic features, and bold style make it a standout among NES accessories. And though it never achieved mainstream success, it continues to be remembered by collectors and enthusiasts as a product that dared to be different. The story of the Zoomer is ultimately a story of innovation, and a reminder that even the most unconventional ideas can leave a lasting mark on gaming history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button to keep current with Jay's Retro Toys and Games. We'll see you the next time, where Susan Fit 47 will give us another great NES accessory to feast our eyes on and inspire us with some fantastic information. I'm Jason DeCanio. See you the next time on Jay's Retro Toys and Games. Good night.